Hey Claire, I've been back from Israel for about a week now. I was going to make a video where I went through basically the entire itinerary of what we did and when, and I filmed maybe half of that, and surprise, surprise, got deleted. Also, the reason I stopped partway through was because it was all such a blur. It happened so fast. We were going from place to place and with no time to really enjoy any one place and really soak it in. This is also part of the reason why I tried to film the video so I would help remember. I kind of wish I had kept a travel journal like I did when I was in London, but I didn't. So I was using the itinerary we had to kind of refresh my memory, but the itinerary is almost as useless after the fact as it was before the fact. When I looked at the itinerary before I left on the trip, I couldn't understand any of it because it had all these words I didn't know. Mythica, Neve Tetzel, Sheshianu, Kabbalat, Har Herzl, and Yad Vashem, and so on and so forth. So none of it actually meant anything to me. So I didn't bother to look anything up before I went. I decided to kind of go in with no expectations. Now I kind of know what some of those things are. I thought instead I'd just kind of share with you some of the highlights instead of everything. I think day 2 was a really important day for all of us. I think it probably had one of the best balances of learning, religion, and doing fun stuff. So we went to Safat. We explored a little and we got some lunch. Then we went to the Mikve. The only reason I'd ever heard of it before was because of the TV show Younger. So a mikveh is a body of water made of mostly water that comes from the rain or the ground. You go in it and it's kind of cleansing, and you're supposed to say a prayer and dunk, I think 3 times. The thing is, there are different mikvahs for men and women, and the mikvah is actually like a commandment for women, but for men it's just kind of like a fun thing to do sometimes. So women have this whole facility, and men just basically jump in a lake. You're supposed to do this whole thing where you prepare and you have to take off everything, all not just your clothes, but your jewelry, your makeup, your nail polish, and you have to sit in a bath and scrub and get all the dirt off you before you can go in this mikveh. And the first time you're supposed to go and do the mikveh as a woman is the night before your wedding, to transform you into this role of wife. And after that, you are supposed to do it 7 days after your period ends. In the most Orthodox people, during the entirety of your period and the 7 days following it, you're not supposed to touch your husband. It's not for the reason that you'd think it was. And a lot of other cultures, a period is seen as very dirty and unclean, and that's not what it is at all in Judaism. It's not like you're unpure because you're having your period. It's about mourning the loss of life, or the loss of potential life. And then the men went elsewhere, and they actually jumped in the mikveh, and some of the guys would not shut up about the mikveh for the rest of the friggin' trip. It just seems really cool, and I kind of want to, if I ever do get married, do the mikveh at least the night before the wedding. I know I'm not a religious person, but I thought that might be cool. And after the mikveh, we went rafting.